Hello everybody and welcome to another Skills for All webinar series. We will start in a minute or two. We will just wait for a couple more people to join us and then we are starting. So I said welcome everybody to Skills for All webinar. Today for this season we have seven different Skills for All webinars and all of them are starting 1 o'clock CET and 5 o'clock CET. For the last couple webinars we had different topics starting from recruitment, moving on to the social media and referee development, and today's topic will be high performance planning. For all the topics and all the webinars, we have a same timeline and same setup. We have an introduction and a housekeeping. Then we move on to the main topic of the presentation, main topic of the webinar. And then we will talk about the IIHF initiative that is related to the main topic. After that, we will move to the workshop and discussion as well as the questions and answers. There is a YouTube stream as well as a Zoom link. If you are part of the YouTube stream, you will be part of the first 3 points. And then if you are a part of the Zoom link, you will still be able to have a workshop with discussion as well as a question and answers. And for everybody joining us through Zoom, in the comment section for everybody joining us via YouTube, there is in the comment section there is a Zoom link that you can click as well and be part of a Zoom discussion later on as well. So I'm really happy to present today's first topic for the high performance planning. We have Red Bull Ice Hockey Academy talking about their high performance programming connected with school, and their main principle is that 51% is education and 49% is sport, and that's their mission and their vision, and they want their players to develop not just on the ice to be a great hockey players, but to develop off the ice as well to be great human beings. And we will hear from the director of development, Mr. Helmut de Raaf, who will talk about their program and everything what they are doing in order to make the best environment possible for their players to work out to school together with ice hockey. So I'm really happy to present. I'm really happy to share this footage with you that we filmed last week, and let's listen, and then later we can have a discussion about it.
Okay, thank you, Marco, for the invitation. My name is Helmut de Raaf. I'm responsible for the Red Bull Ice Hockey Academy in the sports side, for the hockey side. But today, the main topic, or the other topic, what we would like to talk, and it's really important for our academy here, is our school side, our education. You see on the first screen that we talk like the 51% education, 49% sports. For us, for sure, the education is part of our whole development. And when I got my job here, it's like I started 2016 the first time. And for us, it's really from there, the sport is the one part of the academy, and the school, we try to develop a program that helps us to develop the players and make them also like for young athletes, not only on the sports side. So we want to be also like really responsible for the school. Yes, we are here in a really privileged situation that we have the players not only for the practice here, so we also that most of them are living with us. So for us, the big thing is like how we can make the best program per day, and also like we can share the school and the sport. And this is, we call it like a more time model. What does it mean for us? It's like more time for sure. When I'm talking about more time for hockey, and still we have the education. It's really important. You see, like we talked about before, the 51-49%, but we want to have that's also like that we have the time, that they have the time also to be ready for sport, that we have them for practice, we get them for the games. And this is what we need in this more time model. It's like we want to have consistency and transparency with our players, with the parents, and all the educators. That's what we mean with that. We have equal and known rules for everybody. We have the school and the sport as a unit. So that means that we talk a lot about what's the best, and it will sometimes change. We try to have some restrictions, or we have some really consistent program, but still it's a lot in sports. Tournaments will happen, and whatever national team programs works in. So we have to work really close together as a unit. We need the support from the school, or we got the support from the school for all these events, what we are planning. We try to avoid restrictions. That means, like, first of all, the school also should be not something that's we are working against each other. So we like to work together, and we have to have a good feeling with our athletes and the school and the sport. We are supervising learning time, so we try to help them if there's somebody needs the support. We have learning coaches inside the academy, just not for the sports, but also like learn how they use their time during the day. We work with school coordinator. He's a contact person to our partner schools. And at the end, it's like we have a signal light feedback. What does it mean? I will explain it right now. So we have like, okay, I skipped the first color, that's green. You know, everybody knows green, that works, everything works well. But then we start with the first color, that's blue. Blue means there is some issues in school, or maybe it's coming. We see some players missing, also like with injuries or sickness. So they need the support. So we give them some extra time, or we get them support in the afternoon so they can close the gaps to the other students. So that's our first color. So sometimes it doesn't help. So we need some extra. So then we go more for extra lessons. So they get personal lessons sometimes. So they got a chance also to be good, that they're not even missing any other, especially in sports side events, what we are planning. And at the end, so sometimes there's also something not going so well. So we call it like the color red. And this means there will be some extra lessons in the afternoon. Sometimes we have done, the school is the number one decision what we are making. So that means there could be also sometimes a player's missing a practice, or sometimes he's missing a game because he has to do the extra lessons. This is something, it works very well with us, and also very transparency for the players and for the students. They know from each step what they have to do extra, and they got always the chance for extra testing or for presentation to get back to the special best way to the green color. It's always like when we talk together, it means like there's a school coordinator, there's an educator at the academy, and the player working together, like the plan, how they get better notes, or they get a better performance in school. So that's always together. And at the end, also like the sports side is involved, that we find the best for the player. And we talked before, there should be no restrictions. There should be the time. He has to use his time better for school and sports. We're working with 3 partner schools here in Salzburg. The first one called the Sportmittelschule Balz. It's a school that's 4 years, that stops at grade 8. So that's most for our younger players, because we started our academy when the players are 14 years old. Usually they're 1 year still in this school program, or then the next step. Then we have we're working with a high school called the the school, the Christian Doppler Gymnasium Salzburg. It's a high school. You finish on the highest grades and levels. And we have like working with a private school. You see, that's 4 years, 1 year less than the high school. And this is the school like works here when most of the players are in our academy. This is a private school that we work very well with them together because all the lessons and all the classes are worked well together with the sports side. So they got a lot of time also for sports and they find the time to finish the school. Okay, what the advantage of those partner schools are? Okay, it's a very close collaboration and exchange of information. So we know about everything what happened in school. We know about testing. We know about results. We have also from our side that the school knows what we are doing when then the players are not available for tournaments or road trips, or we have a lot of team players working with the national team program, so they are not in school. So that works well. They're not missing tests and not missing a lot of things what happens in school. There's always this, I talked before, networking with the school coordinator. He is in charge for that. He's always has contact to the different with our partner schools, and he's coordinating and giving exchange the information. That allows us also, like we have 2 days in the week, that's Tuesday and Thursday, we have available to have an early practice, but it's also early practice is not, well, most of you know that starts really, really early, but for us, it's like the first practice starts at 7:30, so it's still a time. It's also like you can also have a good practice in the morning and not the players have to be up at 4 or 5 o'clock when you know from other countries and other places. So we try to avoid all the afternoon lessons, especially in the gymnasiums or the high school. It's pretty typical for Austria and Germany. There's afternoon lessons, so we can avoid it, and this helps us also for practice. And as I talked before, we call it like a more time model, school model. That means also that we have the players available at the afternoon after school. They have a time for practice, or they can have a time for themselves what they want to use. The curriculum is extended by 1 year. That's a price what we have to pay, because it's like the morning practice and all these missing hours in school, so they need an extra year. But I think it's valid because it's because it's not so much stress for the players, and we have more time for sports. And this is really important at this age. They have also the time for sports and not being so stressed between school and sport. So as I talked before, that the exams and tests are coordinated. I think it's really important also because sometimes players are missing hours, and when they come back in school and they have to writing tests and exams, really not helping them. So we try to do the best that they have a chance also be very well prepared for every exam and test. Yeah, exemptions for games, that's I talked before. It's only not games, it's tournaments, national team programs, a lot of things the players are running through the season. And this is also like really good communication. The schools are prepared for that, and just we have to send in the invitations and the planning, and it helps for sure. There's not so much you have to do. Exchange and collaboration with classmates, for sure, that's something. It's happened inside because public schools. They are also, most of the classmates are from the sports side. We are here at our academy, where we have football and hockey together. The players from both sports are joining the same class, and so that helps also like getting more touch with them. And it's also like that's in Salzburg also for other sports called the Salzburg SSM model. They offer a lot of other things, teaching offers, special offers for sport. We're not using it so much. We got the support from them in our program because our players are covered, I want to say 24 hours, but most of the time. Okay, we have this traffic light feedback, what I talked before, and what we are doing, because we have the partner schools, it's only 3 schools, we can shuttle the players from our academy to the school and back. And again, that helps us to save time, because it's like always the way to school and back usually costs a lot of time.
a really good place to get better as a person and as a player.
Starajú každý deň pomáhať nám k zlepšeniu.
Yes, no, it's also, I think for me, and I think also for most of the players that are coming in to us, the most important, that's the sports side. Here, we are in the privileged situation. We have a great facility here together with our friends from the football department. And this helps us a lot. Things are running through. When we talk about time, when we talk about possibilities, there are a lot of things here we know that's not the regular or that's usually not the normal way how the team's working at home. Okay, what our targets, still we have a lot of things to do, is like, first of all, our goal is here to develop our players for our pro teams. We have two pro teams in our organization, that's Red Bull Munich and Red Bull Salzburg, both play in the highest leagues in Germany and Austria. And this is usually the main goal, and this is also the goal of the players that coming to us. For sure, for the player, the main goal is all the time, okay, I want to be in the NHL. That's something really special for everybody. But most of the players, for us, it's like, that's their goal, is like playing on top team in the highest league in their country. And this is how the players, we have the most of the players from Germany and Austria. This is Munich and Salzburg. Okay, we have still our focus on the school performance. And this is something I talked before. It's really important for us, for every player with us, is a part of a school program, and we try always to be the best on the ice, what they can perform, and also the best in school. And this, we have to work on our school performance, I will say, every day. Some players more, some players less, but it's really important for us. And also like on the personal development, it means also like, how is the behavior, what is the culture, what doing the day by day, because we are working here with young people, usually in the age between 14 and 18, 19, and we feel also responsible for their personal development. What we are continuing here is like, we are working on, like, we like to continue a long-term development program. That's not our goal, bring the players in and out in a short term, because we believe that the time, if they stay with the same program, we believe in our program, believe in our development plan, so that we want the players here for a certain time, so that also both the player and also we as an organization can learn day by day. And what we want, as I said before, we want to create and teaching good people on and off the ice. It's really important for us, because we are living here together as a family, and also inside your family, you want to also like create good people around you. And this is something, teaching to the next level is our slogan at our academy, that the next level for sure, because we are now, right now, we are have young people here. We have players that are 14, 15 years old, maybe in 5-6 years, they will be on a pro level, and we have to teach them to be the next level, and that hockey will develop in the next, for sure, in the next 4 or 5 years, and that they'll be ready to step in this time. Yeah, that's something we need also, like that's a team, and we have to also, this is also something, because they are living with us here, the players are available. We like to push also really individual programs for each player, especially in this age. You know, they are different age group in the age development with 14, 15, 16. Some guys are really big, some small, one are starting. And this is a lot of things. So we need to be really individual. We need very individual programs. And this is what we are pushing, trying to do every day. What the other thing is here was special for us here in Salzburg is like in the last years, the youth program, under U8 to under 15 was not really existent here, because we like to work more on it, because we like to also develop our own players, also bring to the city model hockey for the youth program, because we are in a situation, there are no other club inside Salzburg or close to Salzburg. So we are the only team here in surrounding, and we feel also responsible for getting young players from the region, from the city, to get the chance to get the best possible program. And also, the other thing what we are doing, we have the Salzburg area, we try to support the area. So we are working with smaller clubs in the area, so around us, so also to help them, to give them knowledge, and also like the possibilities of using the facility, because they got more ice time, and also like more kids playing hockey in Salzburg and the area. And it's always something that's changed almost every year, like finding the right developing line. So hockey change, and we are really open. We try to be open-minded, to listen to others, and find our best way that we can offer our players the best possible possibilities, what we can offer them to live their dream, be a professional hockey player. About our playing model. So like I talked before about it, we have the two pro teams on the top of our organization. That's the Ice Hockey League in Austria. That's the team Salzburg. And we have the German Ice Hockey League, DEL, the Deutsche Eishockey Liga, our team Munich. Both teams won last season the championship, so we're really proud about it, that our organization, in both countries, they won the championship. Okay, we have a youth system in Munich from the beginners till under 20. They have now a new step because we are opened our new facility in Munich, the SAP Garden, in August or September this year. So they got 3 new ice sheets. So they have got more possibilities. There are a lot of kids, and the most problem they run in the past was that they don't have enough ice time. So I think most of you also know this problem, but they're making the next step, and we hope they will develop well and get. They have so many kids so that the kids get the right ice time, and they get enough ice time to develop, and the organization can do their best. Okay, in Salzburg, so we split it. We have this youth program I talked before, from the beginners to under 15. It's a club here. That's something we also like to develop. So we are on a good way now. More and more kids coming to Salzburg and like to play hockey. And this is something right now, it stops with under 15. We don't have an older group here because we start with the same age group, under 15 at our academy. It's our youngest group, but it's a selected team. So we bring players in from different countries, different clubs here from Austria, Germany, all over the world, to try to develop them or to help them on their way. This team is playing in the Czech under 15 league right now. So our second season in this league. And it's a big challenge for them to be in one of the best leagues, the best hockey countries in Europe, to be part of it. So we usually in the next age group, we always we have under 16, our under 16 age group is playing in the Austrian league. That's under 17 Austria. And you see right now what we have. We like to have one age group per team, sometimes split. We have players develop well, so they can go up. Some players need a little bit more steps. So we have a lot of time also in our development program. Our under 17 age group is playing in called an international league under the Austrian Federation. It's under 18 together with Hungarian teams. We like this as a good tradition in the last years, a good development, and really a good program in this league. So it's still playing international. We are 1 year younger than most of our opponents, but it's something what we like to have, always the challenge, have good games and playing against good opponents. The same is like the under 18 team. It's usually playing in the Austrian under 20s. Also this year, first year after a couple of years, international league with Hungarian teams. Also, we like the level. We like the league, and it's well organized. Thanks for the Austrian Federation. They're doing a great job to handle and to organize it. And on top of this, usually comes for every other country, so every other team is like the under-20 team, but our under-20 team is already playing in the men's league called the Alps Hockey League. This is usually the team where the players are moving to Salzburg Pro Team or to the Munich Pro Team. We play in this league so now many years. We are like how you see from the age groups, we're usually under 19, under 20 team. We just play with the young players. The players enjoying it. We see a really well development of the players from the start of the season till the end. And this is something what is usually our steps for the players to learn to be pro. Okay, a couple of things about our facility. I talked a lot about it, so most of you maybe have seen that before on the video or have been here before. But a little bit overview what we are here. We have 2 ice rinks available, and this is most of 12 months a year. So that's something really, privileged for us because we have a lot of ice available. We have 5 teams at the academy and have 2 ice rinks. And the good thing is we don't have this public skating. We don't have figure skating in here. We don't have these hobby teams in. So the ice is available for our teams. Sometimes we share it with our youth program if they have some problems with the ice at the other rink inside the city. But this is something really special for us here. And we have like other part of the facilities. We have 2 skate mills available. We have a shooting room also available. You see here with artificial ice. The players can use it all the time. It's open every day. And also the ice, what we have, we call it like a free ice. So if there's a time between school and practice or at the afternoon, and they want to go on the ice with the coach or without a coach, they can use it the whole year. And this is something we built 2017, so 3 years after the academy opened. We have a new gym here. You see like 13 strength racks and with camera systems. And so it's a lot of space and also the possibilities to practice. Other parts of the place outside, we have a motoric skills park. It's very fun to go there. It's got like a little bit also like the ninja warrior games. It's can do a lot of things. Also the players by themselves. You don't need the coach. You can use the facility. Also the players whenever they want. So we have a medical department inside the house, helps us again to support the players. If there's something, the players can join the doctor every day. We have a recreation area. We can do all the recovery and regeneration things inside the academy also every day. And I talked before, there's a hockey and soccer or football academy. We have a beautiful building, a lot of facilities, but the most important for us is that the players feel well with us. They're joining the time. Sometimes, it's like if you have it every day, you're not really feel it, but I hope when they remember at our academy, they feel like they have a good time. They had a good time with us. Something also like how it looks like our practice per week. I give you an example from called our under 16 academy team. Usually that's a team that plays in the Czech league. As under 15, we call it under 16, especially from the past. You see right now what we have here. It's like the practice day. We try to have at least 6 practice per week. We usually after 2 games. So at the end, we're coming up with extra games, tournament games, and international games. So up to 85 games per year, including all the tournaments. Is something usually for our teams. We have the 2 morning sessions a week. You see on Dienstag, it's Tuesday and Thursday. And we have this up to 6 afternoon practice sessions on the ice per week. So altogether, we try to have a day off. Sometimes Monday, sometimes Wednesday, depends on how the games are. This is usually a typical week for our teams right now. Okay. So I hope I could give you a little overview about our academy, our program, starting with the school side, with the sports side. See, it's really close together here. This is something like our plan and our idea, our philosophy about developing young people. Thank you for that. And if you have any questions, please let us know. And if you want to come and talk to us and want to join our academy or have some questions, we are always welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Helm, for the great presentation, and I bet there will be a lot of questions for the representatives from Red Bull Salzburg, from Red Bull Ice Hockey Academy. And as we always do, we will do that on the end of our webinar. Now we are moving to the IIHF initiative that is related to the topic and has a relation to it. So the Growing the Game Fund is now cooperation with IIHF and Infront. And the main point is to bring all the relevant stakeholders together to achieve the lasting impact of ice hockey development in the entire world. For the Growing the Game Fund, one of the main important things is that it's not only one M&A, but it's more than one. So 2 or more M&As working together on the project of their need to have a goal of sustainable development of ice hockey. And the project supports in many different specific areas that are needed for development and improvement of competence and quality. And it appeals to children, it appeals to fans, to compete and to improve the sport quality, as well as the solidarity and unity for the whole hockey family. And the purpose of the project, there is this year that we had 12 different projects that we funded. And from those 12 different projects, we will present one of the projects. And all of the projects are subsidized 80% by this fund and 20% at least by the federation. So we want to have the federations putting input as well, not just the fund. And today we will present the project of Hockey Eye for Development, and it's run by the Slovenian Ice Hockey Federation of Slovenia, and it's together with 4 M&As. So it's with Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, and Bosnia. And today's guest, Jure Penko, who is a technical director. He will present us what was the purpose of the project of the global hockey development and high performance improvement in the countries, as well as cooperation, player development, coach development, officiating development, and player safety. So we are happy to present one of many projects that we have with this initiative, with the fund, and we want to show you how the system and how the cameras are used to improve ice hockey and to improve cooperation with the countries together. So let's watch the video together.
Marco, thank you very much for having me and giving me this opportunity to present our project Hockey Eye for Development, where we equip all 12 ice hockey rinks in the region. This is 7 in Slovenia, 2 in Croatia, 2 in Serbia, and 1 in Bosnia and Herzegovina, with automated cameras which record games and practices based on artificial intelligence without an operator. Main 3 goals of these projects were to raise the level of knowledge and skills of the players, coaches, and referees, to raise the level of the training process, and to enhance the fair play with showing the players the inadmissible errors and to strengthen consciousness of fair play in general among the players. I would like to show you some examples and I would like to go with the first goal, which is to raise the level of knowledge and skills of the players, coaches, and referees. Here we have footage of the game, and you can also watch the live stream of all these games. So, for example, here we can stop, we can add drawings to the footage. For example, we can put a spotlight on this player. We can draw different dribble, run, passes. For example, you should go there. We of course have different colors for different players. You can also add tags to each footage. You can create a tag. You have some pre-tags already here. You can then also name a player and mention the player, and he will get it right into the email. So they get their own highlights of the game, their mistakes, their good things, the game, they get it on the email. This is one thing. Then the second thing is to raise the level of the training process, which is which we have. Sorry, this is the wrong video. Here, this is the practice. This is how the practice looks like, and you can record almost as many practices as you want. You also have an interactive player where you can see the whole ice if you're doing the exercises on both ends of the ice, or you can only set the camera and just watch one side of the ice, or you can move your camera by yourself. And the third thing, of course, is to enhance the fair play with showing the players the admissible errors and to strengthen consciousness of fair play in general among the players. I think I have a really good example over here. Well, this is not really a fair play, and we can move the camera with the interactive player, where there is a good example of really the fair play. Well, here, and here. So it's just a matter of the perspective. For the fair play, we have established a 3-person player safety committee. 2 out of 3 are permanent for every case. One is the IIHF officiating coach, and the second one is the commissioner of the league. And the third person is a coach who is selected randomly from a predetermined list from each team. We overlook pretty much every major penalty, and based on the video where we can move the camera, where we can watch the replays, we determine the penalties or suspensions afterwards. So I think this is shortly what the project is all about and how it works.
So if we go back to the Growing the Game Fund, the main purpose is to develop hockey as well as for people to work together, so connecting more countries together. So you said you have 4 different countries with this project.
Correct. We have Slovenia, we have Croatia, Serbia, and Bosnia. As you know, we have a cross-border league between Slovenia, Croatia, and Serbia. Hopefully, Bosnia will join us in a couple of years. And we have in those cross-border leagues, we can pretty much seize all the games and seize if the fair play is running well or not. And we can then with this player safety committee, we can make suspension. Yeah.
And can you tell us how this Growing the Game Fund actually helped you run this? Because the project was about the global development of hockey, as well as player development and high performance. And actually, the IIHF supported you here with financing the cameras, and so you can use them in order to do that.
Of course, without financing, with the help of the IIHF and Growing the Game Fund, we won't be able to equip all the rinks with the cameras. IIHF helped us found these cameras, so we have all the cameras in all the rinks, and with that we can watch the games, what's going on in Serbia, in Croatia, in Slovenia, in Bosnia, develop the practices, help each other cross-border. So it's really, really helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great to hear, as well as with the Skills4All webinar, what we have today, talking about the high performance. And before us, there is a Red Bull Salzburg Academy talking about their high performance. Of course, it's a little bit different, maybe setup, but here it's great to see that you can actually develop players without you don't need people to use the cameras, which is a cost-efficient way to kind of having a high performance and help them develop through every game and every practice.
Oh, absolutely. It's an example of good practice, basically.
Yeah. And you said that coaches are using those as well for the practices, so they can show their players their good parts and their mistakes, so how they can develop.
Yes, they can. They're like right now, most of them are using only for games. Some of them are using also for practices. But I think as the project will go on, they will use it more and more. They can share it between the coaches, between the teams, between the inside of the clubs. What they were doing, they can show it to the players, what they were doing wrong. You can also tag the players, as I showed before, even during the practice. It's not just for the games. Like coaches have about 20 players on the ice, so he cannot see all of them. But with this tool, with this camera, he can watch back and see if some players were meeting his expectations on the practice.
Yeah, I think that's a great example of seeing how countries together can work together, and especially because you have a cross-border league. It says here in the video as well, the IHL league, and it's great to see how countries work together in order to develop hockey and in order to improve their players as well as coaches. And I think this is a great picture in the middle, that two goalies talking together and enjoying being together, not the other way around. So
yeah, exactly.
I think this is one of the great steps in order to develop hockey globally through the world with the funds that Infront and IIHF are giving through this project.
Absolutely, so we are very thankful for these funds, and I think it's gonna be a big part in development hockey in this region. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing with us and being part of this webinar, and we are looking forward to seeing the next steps. If there will be any questions, we can talk about it later as well.
Thank you very much, Marko, for having me and giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you again, Jure, for presenting this to us and showing one of the many projects that we funded, one of the 12 projects that we funded last year as well. And we will start the new funding as well soon. And coming back to our webinar, this was our 5th webinar what we had. The next webinar we will have on 27th of March, and we will talk about the national teams programming. So going from the high performance, from a little bit of a youth programming and the clubs, going to the national teams. And the presentation we will have, it will be again at 1 o'clock CET and 5 o'clock CET, and will be presented by the Swiss Ice Hockey Federation, all the planning and programming of the youth and adult national teams, what they have. I had a short view of what they have in a brief nutshell, and it was looking really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to hearing from them and sharing their story, what they are doing in order to have a successful stories with them. And as said before, there is all the recordings and all the presentations you can find on our webpage under the Skills4All webinars, and there is all the information for the future webinars as well. So you can either take this QR code, take a picture of the QR code and go there, or you can use it by the link. And another thing is that we have is IIHF coaching symposium that is happening every year during the IIHF World Championship. This year the World Championship is in Prague and Austria in Czechia, and the coaching symposium will be 18th to 20th. So it will be a 3 days coaching symposium, and the main focus of the symposium is the future stars development. In the package that you can buy, you will receive 3 games each day, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, each day, and there will be a game for you with that package. There's different packages that you can buy with accommodation. If you don't need accommodation, there is different price list as well as 2 nights or 3 nights of the accommodation. Related with accommodation registration, the organizer asked us to recommend your registration as soon as possible because of the capacity of the hotel that they have and how many rooms they have in the hotel. So please register as soon as possible so you make sure that you have accommodation for yourself. And just as an example, there is already several great speakers that confirmed the conference. There is Dr. David Scott, associated professor at the Philological University, as well as a Tim Turk, the NHL shooting and scoring coach, and all other different speakers that will be on the stage. And as said, there will be 3 games for you. There will be Canada, Finland, Switzerland, Canada, and Great Britain, Norway that you'll be able to watch. So please register as soon as possible so you don't lose your spot and you don't miss this great opportunity to share the knowledge with other people who are joining there as well, to receiving new knowledges and information from our presenters. So for all our YouTube listeners, this is the end of the road for today. And if you still want to listen to the discussion and the conversations we are having, you can join us still via the Zoom link. If you have any questions or comments, please contact me via the email. And if you wanna receive direct links from myself for all the Skills4All webinars, you can do that by sending me the email. So thank you all for listening on the YouTube platform, and have a great rest of the day, and see you